I put this soothing cream on there, but like when I get home, I gotta clean it and do it again. It's only been the second day,
How often do you have to apply
or
it?
technically third day. I clean it like 2 to 3 times a day, and then apply it whenever needed, whenever it's like super dry.
So it's like dries out the skin and shit, but that soothing cream's supposed to like keep it moisturized.
Yeah, it's like a
and shit?
hydrating.
Yeah.
It's like a.
So it's
kind
like lotion, pretty much.
It's kind of like a aloe, like a gel. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It's like a
Yeah.
gel and stuff. Because used to for like all my other tattoos, I've always done like A&D
Uh-huh.
ointment. But the
Yeah.
only thing about A&D ointment is that it's very like tacky, and and it's
Okay.
like sticks to everything and just feels greasy. This new gel is by Mad Rabbit. It's actually really nice.
Yeah. Not
like
as greasy.
But yeah, and then it's like you said, it's like a gel consistently, so
Okay.
it's really
Yeah.
nice.
Easy to clean off your
Yeah,
hands. and
hella
shit.
easy to
Yeah.
clean off, but it's just like it's making it stick to my shirt. I don't know if it's that or my hair's growing in, but that shit fucking hurts, dude.
Sound like you haven't gotten a tattoo in a while.
Bro, it's been a couple of years.
So you're just kind of like, oh my god, this sucks.
It was hella funny. So like he was tatting me, right? And he's like stretching out my skin, and he's like getting things, and I'm just like, oh fuck, bro, it's been a minute. Dude, so I started my leg in like 2 weeks. That's dude, and I'm doing my whole leg, bro. I'm like 90% like from like here down.
Right.
Like my ankle
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So that's about to be amazing. My knee's about to suck ass, dude. Like
Hey,
I
is he
heard
getting-
that's one of the worst parts, like the sides, back.
Yeah, I was gonna
actual
say,
kneecap
yeah,
is all
yeah.
gonna be fucking horrible.
Yeah. No, I've heard getting tats on like your elbow. And
Yeah,
like,
the elbow wasn't like too bad. The inner part, it was like more of the inner part,
Yeah.
like by the elbow.
Yeah,
And it got
that-
one spot where my hand just kept shaking like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
You
No,
know-
I heard like getting tattoos like behind the knee or like in super sensitive areas.
You know
It's
what's
like,
weird is you know how they have the you can hear the sound that
Yeah.
So when they did the one behind my ear, it's just getting in like my skull. So I can hear and feel the vibrations in my head. So like I hear the but it's in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm like, what the fuck?
I imagine that gives you a big ass headache after.
That wasn't bad. The shit only took like fucking 10 minutes.
Out of all the tattoos you have, which one are you the most like? Which one do you most feel like you're connected to the most? Out of all your tattoos, like which one do you feel like you connect with the most? Like that has the most meaning to you.
Well, they all have special meanings because, like, I have my mom and dad's name.
Yeah.
I have my mom. I have my brothers. I still need to get Patrick's name on the back of this arm. I do have the German eagle, which is, I'm half German, so it's like,
Yeah.
it's who I am. And then I got my anime tattoos, which I've always been a huge anime
Yeah.
tattoo, and now I got the supernatural tattoo, which is, you already know, that's one of my favorite TV shows.
Right.
Wait.
Welcome to Shoot the Shit Podcast. I'm your host, Big P, and this is my co-host, Mr. Motherfucking J.
Yo.
And welcome to another beautiful sunny day out here in California. Shut the fuck up. It's always sunny. Just remember that. It's always sunny. Nothing wrong with that.
So it's on fire.
Well, that too. Always on fire. But we got but we got a good episode for y'all coming today live to y'all from the studio. We gonna talk about your trip down to Coachella.
Yeah, because we
and how
didn't
that-
get to record last week.
Yeah, we've been
I
kind of
was
busy.
I was completely gone. Yeah.
kind of busy with our scheduling and everything like that. So we try to bring you guys episodes as much as we can, but when life gets in the way, it kind of puts it on the back burner for a little bit. But you're back now from Coachella. How was your Coachella camping experience?
It's fucking tiring, bro. This shit was so tiring.
Yeah,
So we ended up leaving Wednesday night.
right.
Got to San Diego hell late, crashed in San Diego. Then on Thursday morning, we ended up leaving, actually getting to Coachella maybe around like I want to say noon. So it wasn't too bad.
How long was
no,
the
actually
wait?
it was like two to 3 o'clock.
All right.
What?
So I heard first weekend people were waiting for almost like 8 hours just to get in.
Bro, we
Like, how
got
long was it for you guys to get in?
bro, we got in like 5 minutes.
Damn.
So literally we're getting
From
in
the
line.
time the gates open
Yeah.
to go in.
So all right. So when the gates open, you go through security checkpoint. That's where they check your tickets, make sure you have badges.
Right.
What is it called? And they have like people who search your shit because there's certain things you're not supposed to be bringing, right?
Right.
So it's like, you got to make sure they don't really search you because you're not supposed to have glass bottles. You're not supposed to have a whole bunch of shit,
Right.
like metal stakes. And so we get into the front of the line, and then we realize dude spoke Spanish, and Juan was like, "Oh, I got this." So I'm like, cool. So they made us all get out, and so Juan's they had to search Juan, but apparently they're supposed to search all of us, but they didn't. They just searched Juan. and then my dumb ass, bro, because I like to crack jokes because I always feel like, especially when you're in situations like that, you make the person laugh, they're less likely to fuck with you. You know what I mean? To like really search your shit. And so they're searching Juan. I'm like, don't forget the chick is culo. Dude starts fucking laughing.
That's hilarious.
And then so I remember one of the other workers like, did you search their shit? And they're like, he's like, yeah, they're good. And we just breezed right through, dude.
Yeah.
Shit was awesome.
Yeah.
Camping experience it's been a while since I'd done the camping, and I kind of forgot how shitty it was, but it wasn't bad. We had really great neighbors. We met these people from Australia,
Nice.
and we're kicking it with them all weekend. Shout out to the Aussies.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that shit was amazing, man.
I heard they can drink. Like they can put down.
We're all drinking, bro.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah.
Well, wild camping experience that I guess.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
So, all right, cool. I gotta ask this just because everybody that's watching this is probably thinking it. Now, what's up with the ladies down there? Any baddies?
There was a few, but to be honest, dude, they were all just like basic ass chicks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was nothing to be like, oh my god, it's just like, hey, I'm just here to have a fun time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you figure
I'm here hanging out with my boys, hanging out with my friends and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It was just more of a chill vibe.
Right.
Like that was my whole plan for the whole weekend, was just to have a nice, relaxing, chill, see some great artists, and fucking just have some fun, bro. That's
I mean,
really
it sounds
what it
like
was.
you guys had a good time down there
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But like weather-wise, I mean, you guys didn't get any cloud cover or anything like that. I mean,
so we got lucky as fuck because the weekend before it was like in the hundreds.
oh, I heard,
And it was still in like the 80s when we went.
yeah.
But you still gotta understand, even though it's 80, but it's that dry desert heat.
Oh,
And then even when
Yeah,
you
that
get
would
that
get
little bit
you.
of a wind,
Yeah.
bro.
The wind feels great.
No, the wind's still that dry
It's a
heat.
dry
Bro,
wind.
imagine you have a hair dryer on a low setting and just start putting that on you. Like,
Honestly, any
shit's-
kind of wind, hot or not, it
nah,
still
sometimes
feels good.
I'd rather have that shit no wind.
Yeah,
That
I
wind
guess.
will be.
I
saw
guess
some
I
of
don't
the
know.
Pictures. I
but-
saw some of the pictures that Juan and Niall uploaded to
IG?
Instagram. Yeah,
Yeah.
It looks like you guys had a great time. The
No,
setting-
we had a great time.
The setting looked nice, actually. It looked like
I will say, I felt like, because I've been to a couple of them before, and I felt like they had a lot more like artwork and like displays that you can kind of check
that's
out.
what I was gonna say. It looked
Yeah,
like it
it
had
felt
a
like
lot
very
more
like
stuff
meh.
to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like it had a lot more stuff to look at within the videos and the pictures I saw.
yeah, it was all right though. You know what I
Happy
mean?
had fun.
So, who's your most exciting artist that you wanted to see, and did you get to see them?
I got to see 90% of everyone I wanted to see. The hands down the best performance of the whole weekend had been Lady Gaga.
Really?
Lady Gaga was so sick, bro.
Even better than freaking 3-6 Mafia?
Bro, 36 Mafia was dope. Don't get me wrong, bro. That brought some memories back out, but fucking Lady Gaga, bro. It was like watching a movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a whole thing going on. Like, dude, that shit was epic. I actually have the whole her whole performance on recorded on my GoPro.
Oh, nice.
So I just got to edit the video a little bit, and then
Yeah.
I'll send it. We'll go upload
Yeah,
it
we
onto
could
the channel.
we could edit into the video and show it
Yeah.
on the podcast.
That's
yeah.
what's
Yeah,
up. Yeah,
I just
that's
got to get
what's-
it uploaded. So I'll try to do that in the next couple days.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
So, I mean, I heard Lady Gaga. She puts a lot of like, choreography into her craft and like her artwork and stuff. And she does, like, when she puts a performance on, she actually takes her time with that stuff.
So my next one though, the one I was super excited to see, bro, T-Pain. I'm telling you, T-Pain's set, bro, was so sick. T-Pain, like, he was like engaged on it and everything.
Yeah.
It was dope. Another good one was Green Day. Green Day had a very long set, but their set was dope.
Yeah.
So when Green Day, before they came on, there was like their mascot. It was like a guy in a bunny costume, right?
Yeah.
And this fool is jumping around stage, like trying to hype up the whole crowd.
Right.
And then out of nowhere, he takes off the fucking bunny mask, pulls out his chain, and guess who it was, bro?
Who?
It was fucking Flava Flav.
No fucking way.
Bro, it was
Flavor
dude,
Flav.
no fucking way.
It was fucking Flava. Bro, he busted out that fucking clock
Oh
chain
my
and everything.
God, that is
And I'm just like,
Flavor
bro,
Flav.
for anybody, bro, he came out for Green Day. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
for real. That's hella. That is crazy. I wish I got to see that.
Green Day was sick though.
I remember I dressed up like Flavor Flav for Halloween. I
Yeah.
had the clock and the pimp cane.
Besides that, man, Post Malone was really good too. Post Malone was really good. There's a lot of EDM DJs that were really good.
Yeah.
But you know who's one of the most upsetting sets from the whole weekend?
Who?
Fucking Zed.
I don't know who that
You know
is.
Zed? Zed's a EDM artist.
No, I don't know.
So he's like one of my favorite EDM artists. But his set was just so boring. I've seen him play at EDC before,
Yeah.
and dude, he can go hard.
Yeah.
But I feel like his performance was just more mellow, laid back, like, more kind of like pauses in between songs.
Oh, that
and it was just
sucks.
like, he played one banger and then it was kind of a slow down type, like, type shit. And I was just like,
Like, give the crowd
Like,
something.
yeah.
Man. Like, that's horrible.
we're at a fucking party.
Yeah,
You know what
right?
I mean?
Like, yeah, everyone's paying good money
Yeah.
to come see you. Give them what they want. You know what I mean?
But the one thing I
So-
will say about Coachella though is like everyone that you meet there is always friendly,
Yeah.
always dope. You meet great people, like
Right.
even random people you meet for like 5 minutes, just like, oh hey, how's it going? Oh blah blah. Like
Right.
everyone's really cool there.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. It's all about like just hanging out, and just having a
Right.
good time. And
So
shit.
I know you were juiced because you talked about this earlier on our last episode. You wanting to see Missy Elliott?
yeah,
Yeah, you got to see her or no?
I did get to see
Yeah,
her.
How was her set? Because she's an OG.
All right.
I mean, honestly, like,
All right, I'm gonna keep it as PG-13 as I can.
God, what happened?
The parts I remember were great. No, it was a good set. It was definitely a good set.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Was it? Well, I guess
Just leave it at that.
I guess for our explicit content, so like and subscribe for more on that one. So
Yeah, maybe I'll come out with the actual story later
Yeah,
on. But
yeah.
no,
When we actually get a little bit bigger, we'll come out with stories like that.
yeah, I know. No, Missy was cool.
Yeah.
I got to see a couple. Dude, Ed Sheeran was there.
Oh, nice.
How
Ed
was
Sheeran
he?
was-
I hear he does.
He
really
was
good
actually
stuff.
he was cool.
Yeah,
No,
that's
yeah, he was hella cool. But he was like more of a last minute like add on. You know what I mean? So it was hella chill.
A spot that they couldn't fill, so they just called him.
Yeah, but shit, I'm happy they got him. Like he was actually pretty dope to watch.
Yeah,
Not a
heard he
huge
puts
fan,
on-
but he's still like
Right,
pretty
I heard
cool.
he puts on a good concert too. I mean, I know a few of his music, like a few of his songs, and I listen to some of his stuff, but not
Yeah.
like I don't know too much of his music though. So that's the only thing, But I've heard from people who've seen him, like he puts on a pretty decent show and stuff like that.
No, it was cool. He ended up coming out with Post Malone too later on. So when
I think they have a song together.
yeah,
though.
so when I was at Post, I ended up leaving early because I was just hella tired, bro. It was Sunday, like we're gonna leave that same night. I'm like, bro, I'm just drained.
right.
So I ended up leaving a little bit early by myself. But when I was there, Post Malone set, he actually ended up bringing out Jelly Roll.
Oh no
Yeah,
way!
Jelly
I
Roll
love Jelly
came
Roll.
out and
I
they
love
did a
Jelly
song.
Roll.
Yeah, that shit was hella dope. And then I ended up walking away. I was like, all I need to do is hear White Iverson, and I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I've been waiting. It's like, as soon as he plays White Iverson, cool. I don't care
Yeah.
where we're at. I gotta go. Like, I'm
Yeah.
tired. I'm gonna go lay down for a bit before we actually have to leave.
Yeah. So what? So you can't stay an extra night to pack up the next day and leave?
You can, but the thing is, we decided to leave. Technically, you can't leave till Monday morning at 2 a.m. So, like, you know, pretty much after the concert, we're gonna chill for a bit,
Right.
and then you can't leave till 2. So our idea, and that was the same things that our neighbors gave us, the Aussies, because they were hanging out with us the whole weekend. They're like, we're gonna leave at 2 because if you try to leaving the next day, bro, it's gonna be fucking chaos.
Right.
It's gonna be straight chaos, hella fucking people.
Right.
Like the lines for the fucking showers, bro. People were waiting for a minute. Like I got into the showers once, and like, dude, I didn't wait. I got lucky. Like there's no one line. I just went straight in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I would have been taking a shower like 3 a.m. just to avoid everybody.
Yeah, dude. They have a shuttle to go to the stores out there too. And the first time we tried going, it was just hell of a long ass line. And then I woke up one morning hell early, and I was just like, damn, dude, I gotta eat. And bro, I'm not gonna porta potty, hell no. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the store because if I go to the store, I'll have an actual toilet.
Yeah.
And so I get all the way to the line, and there's no line. So I call up Niall, and I was like, yo, Niall, bro, there's no line. Get your ass over here. He was like, all right, I'm on my way. Fucking get all the way out there. And what's crazy is once you get out of, like, you know, the lot of where everyone's camping and you get more towards thing, it was a lot cooler.
Right.
But then I feel like just because there's straight flatland, like,
Right.
you know what I mean, straight desert, and there's just hella people around, and it just gets hella hot.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are out in the middle of nowhere, honestly.
Yeah.
and
But it was a
just
cool
kinda-
thing too. We had also like a portable shower and stuff, so we had like all the camping gear ready
Yeah,
to go.
Nice.
So yeah,
That's
it was
what's
pretty cool.
up. That's what's up. I mean, overall, you guys had a good time and stuff.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah. So next year, you're gonna do it again or no?
It depends on the lineup. All depends on that. I'm not gonna buy my ticket until I know what the lineup is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's what's up. I mean, it sounded like y'all have some fun, but
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I mean, honestly, couldn't do.
Bro, you have a hard
crowds.
time leaving the house for even an hour.
I know. I just don't do crowds. I just don't do crowds. See, everybody's going to one spot. I'm going the opposite
See,
way.
you
from
didn't do that
people.
bad when we went to Rob Zombie.
Yeah. But that's because I wanted to see Rob Zombie. Honestly, like
Yeah.
Rob Zombie, and if it wasn't for Alice Cooper being his, on the set too, I would have never went. Honestly, seeing Alice Cooper and that concert for Rob Zombie was dope. I mean, hands down, it was a great show and everything. But the headliner was Rob Zombie. Alice Cooper did a better performance than the Rob Zombie did.
And it's crazy. Alice Cooper's hella old too.
He's like what, 65? People were saying. I
fuck no,
think?
that fool's like 70, almost 80.
Yeah, something like that.
Hold on,
Yeah,
let me-
he's
let-
up
let-
there.
let me look.
Yeah, I think he's up there somewhere. You know what I mean? But yeah, just Alice Cooper's set was the best set ever.
He's 77.
Yeah, and yeah, he did such an amazing job. I honestly thought he was better than Rob Zombie, But Rob Zombie had a lot of cool props and stuff infused into his performances and stuff, which was cool. You know what I mean? And usually, and one thing that I did like about Alice Cooper's set was that he brought his wife on the stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
she was playing the guitar, right?
yeah, she was playing the guitar, and that was dope too. I really. That was fun. I want to go if Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper go back on tour.
I'd go again.
I'd
Yeah,
go
that
again,
shit was hella
just because
fun.
it was dope. And like all the old timers, and it was cool too because you saw a lot of young people there too. You know what I mean, a lot of them were there, enjoying good music, and just drinking beer and just chilling. You know, so it was.
I
cool.
like that venue too, the Concord Pavilion. That's a
Yeah.
very nice venue. We were there too, huh, Junior? Yeah. So we ended up going to go see Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, we saw
It was Limp Bizkit, bro. Was it Charlie Sheen?
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen that came out, and was it Charlie Sheen? Yeah, Charlie Sheen, the dude from the Goonies. Or was that no, that wasn't during Rob Zombie. That was during Limp Bizkit. You remember the
Oh,
dude that was
yeah,
doing
yeah,
the Michael
that
Jackson
was
dance?
Yeah, that was during
Yeah,
Limp Bizkit,
bro,
man.
I'm
And
like-
then who else came out? That was that other rapper.
Dude, I'm like, holy fuck, it's the dude from the Goonies. I'm like, what the fuck?
Simon looks over at me. First thing he said, he goes, "Holy fuck, that's the dude from the Goonies."
I'm such a 90s kid, bro. I'm like, I know that dude.
That's hilarious.
I think it's Charlie Sheen. No, it's not Charlie Sheen. It's
Not
fucking
Charlie Sheen. It's somebody else.
It's Charlie something.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I can't.
Oh,
remember.
never mind. I was hella wrong. It's Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman, yeah. Bro, that fool was like tweaking on stage, bro. That fool was straight tweaking.
Doesn't look like anything from when he was in the Goonies.
Hell, bro, he literally is doing his whole like Michael Jackson impersonation type thing with the longish hair, like doing these weird, crazy dance moves. Like, bro,
Yeah, that's crazy.
his music was weird.
What, he had his own like performance? And,
Yeah, dude,
like,
he's a music artist.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I thought he was just an actor.
No, he's a fucking music. Bro,
Yeah.
the years were not good, Corey Feldman.
Who is that one rapper that came out with that was like dressed in green and white, and he came out and he opened for someone, and we were like, why is he here? Who was it?
I don't know.
Whatever. If I remember the name, I'll let you know. His name's off the top of my head. We were all confused on why he came out, and we were like, "Why is he here?"
Hey, but we got free floor seats.
Oh,
dudes,
yeah.
so,
Let's
all
not
right.
even tell you this story. This is
So
hilarious.
we're all just chilling, and then these people that are sitting right next to us was like, I forgot how we got into conversation.
So the conversation is they overheard us trying to get down to the floor.
Oh yeah, because we
And
tried
then-
sneaking down.
'cause We
Yeah.
tried sneaking down already, and then
Yeah.
the people told us, go back up. You don't have your tickets. So we were like, all right, whatever. We didn't fight her or try to go back down. So we went to some seats, and the lady in front of us had all of her kids down there in the pit, and she goes, "Oh, we're about to leave." She heard us all talking about it.
So she gave us 2 wristbands. One wristband. It was one wristband, and then we're like, oh, it's only one. And she's like, oh, I got 2 more tickets on my phone. I just have to scan them. So the husband went with us to the booth to scan them and gave us the wristbands.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bro, hella dope ass people.
Nice.
So we ended up getting like straight front row like seats, bro, at Limp
Nice.
Bizkit. That shit was hella dope.
It was
Nice.
really funny because the one that the wristband that I got did not go on all the way, and it says clearly if the wristband doesn't stay on, it is now invalid.
Right.
So I just held that sucker on as I was going.
Yeah, I
down
was
the
like, bro, just
stairs.
hold that shit tight, bro.
I had my arm like this the whole time.
You're like, yo, it's right here. Yep,
Yeah,
you see that
exactly.
shit. You see that shit.
Yeah. And I had
Yeah.
like the bottom of my arm like clenching it so it can hold it. And then it slipped off, and the lady looked at it, and I was like, you scanned it, and I just ran into the crowd.
That's hilarious.
That was good. Yeah, Conquer Pavilion's dope, though.
Yeah. So out of all the concerts you've been to, what concert you believe was the best one you've been to? Besides like the big name like EDC, Coachella and stuff like that, or like Tomorrowland and stuff like that. Like what artists have
Alright.
you seen at a concert that you've, hands down
the
have
best,
the best?
one of the best performances and one of the best performances I've ever seen and had the best time at was at a Coachella, but the artist, AC/DC. I saw AC/DC at Coachella. I believe that was 2019?
Yeah.
Was that 2019? No. Was that 2019? Or
By the way, the rapper I was talking about earlier is Riff Raff.
Riff? Oh,
Yeah, we
Riff
saw
Raff.
Riff
Oh
Raff out of
yeah,
nowhere.
Riff Raff. What the fuck is Riff Raff
We
doing?
all looked at each other like, is that Riff Raff?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But AC/DC set at Coachella, I forgot what year it was. I want to say 2019. I know 2019 was the last year I went. I'm not sure if that was the same year, but AC/DC set, bro, was absolutely amazing. No, it had to been like 2016 then, 2017. But yeah, bro, amazing.
I still want to see AC/DC.
You know who's really good singing in live too is Journey.
Is it?
Yeah, I saw Journey live once too, and
Nice.
that was amazing.
Yeah, you've been to more concerts than I
I
have.
love going to concerts,
Yeah.
man.
I was talking about going to concerts more, and I never do. But like, there are a few artists that I do want to see, mainly rock bands though.
Dude, Metallica,
I
Metallica's
can't
gonna
do
be
the
coming
whole.
down to what is it called, Levi Stadium.
Yeah, that's one I do want to see is Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see. I hella want to see Metallica. And then I also want to see AC/DC, System of a Down, Linkin Park. Just because it's we grew up on Linkin Park. I know they got a new lead singer and all that stuff, but just because Linkin Park.
I want to see Eminem if he ever goes on tour. I have to
See,
it.
okay, I don't know. For me, I can't say it's because I haven't been, but I don't know. I just don't like going to rap concerts. It just seems like it could just get real,
I've been to a few, and
Yeah, I mean, nothing against the artists or anything or the people that go. It's just I don't
you
know.
gotta understand, bro. It's Eminem.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
fucking Eminem.
But I would never be able to afford the tickets. But we always talk about it every year in October, or is it in October? Yeah, it is in October.
For what?
Aftershock in
I
SAC.
think that's September.
No, it's October because it's always around your
Oh no, it's before. It's like the end week September because
this year it is. Usually it's the second week in October. That's why.
No, let me see.
But my point is, we always talk about going, and that is one big event that I would like to go to eventually. You know what I mean? Get like the 4-day pass.
Yeah.
Theory of a Dead Man would be cool to go see, but there is a German rock band that I do want to see, and I missed out on my opportunity the one time they came to Oakland, and it's your favorite rock band too. God, why am I blanking on
Rammstein?
Rammstein, yeah.
Yep.
I do want to see them perform, and I remember when they came to Oakland and they played at the Oracle Arena in Oakland. Issa was there and my brother was there, and he was like, dude, it was such amazing show. They put on a show. They got fireworks, fire everywhere, and just an amazing show. So I mean, there are a few bands that I do want to see.
Yeah, there's Aftershock is the lineup's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The main people I would want to see, Blink 182.
Oh, dude, that is one I do
Blink
wanna see.
182 is definitely gonna be dope.
That's high up on that list.
Korn, I definitely want to see Korn.
Yeah, Korn for sure. Korn.
Oh, Rob Zombie's gonna be there. Ooh, I want to see Marilyn Manson.
Oh, that would be dope to see him.
Marilyn Manson would be sick. And 3 Days Grace,
Oh yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
Dragon Force, Lamb of God. There's a couple people. Deftones is gonna be there, so
Yeah. I wish System of a Down would come out here.
Yeah.
They're on tour, but they're only doing things on the East Coast this year. They're not even coming out to the West Coast like that. Like they're not even coming out this way, So I'm just kind of like, man, I do want to see System of a Down. We did miss them in when they went to San Francisco Golden Gate Park.
when was that?
That was last year, and like back in November, I think it was. They were there, and we found out hella late, and tickets were like almost $1,000 just to go see them.
God damn.
Yeah, we were talking about going and doing it.
We gotta hurry up and book that shit for Metallica then, because I don't. That shit's
Metallica's gonna get
that shit's gonna be
expensive.
booked. Yeah.
Dude, it's like some of these ticket prices. Honestly, problem with some of these concerts, I get it costs money for the venue. I get all that stuff, but where do they come up with some of these prices for these concerts?
I have a
like
theory.
Morgan Wallen tickets. Have you seen those ticket prices?
How much
yet?
are they going for?
Oh my god! Just
I
for,
remember we were trying to do the
Never
wait
mind.
list, but we didn't register or
Just-
some shit.
just for the basic like okay seats, you're almost at $500 per ticket
Oh,
just for
fuck
okay
that.
seats. And if you want nosebleeds, you're up in the like $200-$300 range anyways. It's like where you come up with some of these ticket
I
prices.
spent like $500-$600 for a weekend event. Like,
For
you know what I
real,
mean?
like-
Like, fuck that.
like
I ain't doing it.
Aftershocks for a whole weekend, and I get like 10 different artists.
You
And
get more than that.
right, you know what I mean? And for $500, I'm gonna go see one person for $500. Like, get out of here! Like, so that's
Ain't
some
worth
of my,
it. You might as
yeah.
well wait till they get to Coachella or some shit.
Right, you know what I mean? So for me, it's like the biggest problem is with it is some of these artists are charging way ridiculous amount of money for their concerts, and it's just you know what I mean? And then you come on and you do a set for like maybe 20 minutes. and I spent all that money just to see you for 20, 30 minutes.
Depending on if it's their own concert, they'll be there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
I saw
maybe,
I saw Luke Combs last year in July in concert. Luke Combs. He had people come out before him, do their little
Openers and shit,
openers and stuff. And honestly, I like Luke Combs' music, but he is not a great
live performer.
Yeah,
there's not.
It was
There's not,
such a big
but see, that's the
disappointment.
thing. There's a lot of artists that they make great music, but during live, like they can make a show, but they're just not up to par. But I will say, there's one artist that I've seen that sounds almost exactly like how his music actually is, and his performances have always been great, and that was The Weeknd.
Really.
The Weeknd was such a great performer. Fucking his actual voice sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's good. I like that though. When
Oh, I totally forgot to talk about it. You know who's one of my biggest disappointment sets in fucking Coachella?
who?
Fucking Travis Scott.
Oh,
Dude, we saw Travis Scott, and I was so juiced to see Travis Scott. Like, this was gonna be my first time. Like, I've heard stories that I've heard that it's super hyped, so I was super juiced. But then when he came on, dude, it was just
Mid.
bro. Now was hyping him up so much, and I was just all like, "All right, bro, we're gonna go see Travis, bro. We're gonna listen to Fiend and go crazy." And then just don't get me wrong, he had some dope stuff. Like, he had this where he was like walking down a wall and like all bungeed up, and there's people like hanging and stuff. Like, performances was okay, but yeah, I was disappointed.
Disappointing.
I was disappointed because
I hate that.
dude. I
I
wanted to see,
did-
I wanted to see Travis Scott the whole weekend, like hella bad. I thought his shit was gonna be
Right.
sick,
Right.
and then just
I wish I could say that. I saw him 2018 Rolling Loud, and his performance was actually really good. Me, Niall, and a bunch of
Do you
other
think
friends.
age got to him?
Yeah, I think the.
no. I think it was.
I think
It was Coachella, dude, because Coachella, the crowd was dead too. It wasn't just. It was like the crowd, like no one's really like.
was it the second day, like when everybody,
It was the Saturday.
Oh, it was a.
Yeah, he was the
Oh.
headliner on Saturday.
Oh.
People still had energy at that
energy,
point.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
everybody
That's
still.
what I'm saying.
juiced.
It's not the last day. You know what I mean?
Me.
Was he not able to get the? Sorry to interrupt, but like, was he not able to get the crowd into it, or like?
I don't really
But
know.
okay,
Okay,
but
look,
here's the
my,
problem.
My,
with
my
that.
thing is Coachella is more like EDM, more like rave type of thing. Like
No,
why-
not really.
No,
it's a mixture of
Dude,
everything.
I
It's a
will say
mixture,
this year
it's a
they had
mixture.
hella EDM. There
that's
was
why, that's
hella
what I'm saying.
EDM
Like, I've
artists.
seen the shift. It went from a very healthy mixture to a lot more EDM type. Of
Yeah.
stuff. So, what I think is like people started realizing that, and then they, that music genre started flocking over there, and then they realized, well, that's not our type of flow. That's not our vibe, but we'll support it. We'll sit there and vibe with it, but like we're gonna wait for the next person. We're gonna wait for
Yeah.
But there's like what 4 stages at Coachella. There's the main stage and
Oh,
stuff
there's
like
like
that.
6, 7 stages.
Yeah.
There's 8
I mean,
stages.
I
There's
could
hella
be
different
totally
stages.
wrong. I mean, don't like hold me to it, but I could be totally wrong. But like that's just my thing. Like I like Travis
No,
Scott
I
as an
thi-
artist, but like sometimes he can do great live, and sometimes he.
I was just
can do-
lightweight disappointed, dude.
Yeah, to me, it's like you pay all that money to go see these artists, and that's my problem with like going to see just one artist in concert. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go and see this one person, and what if his performance sucks? Like, am I gonna get my money's worth out of it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, of course, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna listen to music. Well, I mean, if you're gonna suck at performing, you are an entertainer. Your
Yeah, no,
job,
exactly.
your life is to entertain people, get the crowd into it, put your all into your sets, and just like making people who are coming to support you and give you their money make it worth their time, and that's one of my biggest problems about going to concerts, because it's like me, if I'm gonna go somewhere, I want my money's worth of
Yeah, no,
for
I
it,
get that.
and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
no, I get that.
like if I go and I see a bum ass set, I'm gonna be like,
You'd be hella disappointed in it. Yeah.
I'm gonna be calling. I'm definitely calling. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
gonna get my money back, or at least some of it back. Because you're gonna make me pay for my own food and my own beer and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, now, if it came with the beer and the food, it's a different story. I'd go and gladly pay it. So
All right, bro. It comes to a question I have for you. If you could see any one artist, dead or alive, who would it be?
I got my answer. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go. So give
Yeah.
them time to think. Go for it.
Michael Jackson.
That was mine. That was mine.
All
yeah.
right, so I was gonna say I have two that I really want to see, and they're both like one is King of Rock and Roll, and one's King of Hip Hop.
I already know who you're gonna say.
Elvis?
Michael Jackson, and Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
I'm an old soul like that. I love, Elvis Presley. We went to the Westwood hotel where he used to perform at in Vegas.
Mhm.
That was pretty cool.
Westgate, I think.
Westgate, that's what
Yeah,
it was. No,
'cause
I don't know why I
my-
said Westwood.
my very first time in Las Vegas, we stayed at the Westgate and they
Yeah.
had a giant statue of him in there.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was
Yeah.
amazing. It was great
Yeah.
to watch and see the history and everything.
That stage was built specifically for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he had a permanent residency at that.
Oh yeah,
hotel.
he was all the way up top.
Yeah. So and I would definitely want to see those two today if I could. Not the holographic stuff or the holograms or whatever it is.
But like real life
yeah,
action,
real
yeah.
live, yeah. Just
Yeah, no, I
would
was
love to
gonna
see
say
that.
MJ too, bro. Bro, that is like you can't get more iconic than that. And to see him while he was in his prime,
Oh, dude.
like would have been sick, dude.
You know what moment of MJ's I would have wanted to see?
I think
the-
I know what you're gonna say.
The very moment that broke the internet or broke like worldwide
It
was the
television
first
history.
time when he did the moonwalk on
Oh,
stage.
can you imagine being there?
Dude, oh my god. I would love to be in one of those people's spot just to see
That's
that.
history right there.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then when he did the lean, you know what I mean? Just that
Yeah.
lean. It was just
My-
God, you cannot recreate that. Like that's just a moment in
Iconic, yeah.
time.
The
It's
one
just an
time
iconic moment.
I would have wanted to see Michael Jackson live would be the Super Bowl, where he went from screen to screen to screen, and then he ended up
Oh,
on the stage.
yeah.
And then it was just crazy. That one was just the most entertaining.
His
one. I think
Super Bowl
not
halftime
commercial,
show.
the
Yeah.
halftime show, yeah, where he
yeah.
did the halftime on it. I guess that one they broke television history, and
Yeah.
it still holds
Oh,
till
yeah.
this day or something.
Till
like
this
that.
day, it's still the
It's
number
still-
one
yeah.
halftime show that ever, played out, worldwide. Like it was the number one.
But do you know if I can go back in time or go to any concert in general, you know which one I'd go to?
Which one?
Woodstock. The
Which one though?
Original Woodstock.
All right.
Original Woodstock, bro. Oh my god, bro. That would be the best concert
Now, are you
ever.
talking because of Jimi Hendrix?
Bro, all the legends were there.
Yeah. Oh,
Every
I mean,
legend
definitely.
you can
Yeah.
fucking think of was fucking there at the time. Like,
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
dude, that would have been just such a vibe, man. Like,
Hell yeah.
and that was during the time where it was like, you know what I mean? Like everyone's just chilling, just trying to have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
just
you know what I mean? It was
Chilling, relaxing, smoke a little reefer. You know what I'm
hell
saying?
yeah.
Just chilling.
They were doing a lot more than
Yeah,
that.
I know
but
that. I can't say all the other stuff.
hell the fuck not that. But I'll get
Alright,
down,
yeah.
give me a nice blunt, and I'll just kick it and
Yeah,
smoke.
no, definitely. Yeah, no, definitely. That would be dope too. But let us know what you guys think. What concerts you guys have been to that you've enjoyed, or who would you guys like to see past or present? Till today in concert. Let us know what you guys think in the comments, and so we'll give
Who do you
guys a
want to
shout out.
see?
So I mean, yeah. Seeing people in concert would be dope. I wish I would be able to get out and do more of it, but again, one of my biggest fears is not fear, but it's being disappointed, and some of that stuff.
But dude, it's not just being disappointed. It's the experience, man. It's not just you experience. It's just you being with the right people. You having just a good time, man. It's like regardless if the performance was bad or not, but you were just making memories and having a good time. That's the one thing I like about concerts, man, because those are one of the best memories I'm gonna have. Is like, you know what I mean? Just enjoying great music with great people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we went to that Rob Zombie concert, and that one was fun.
I think that's the only concert me and you have ever gone to.
No, we went to that not jazz,
Jazz.
the reggae one in Frisco.
Oh yeah, I took you to that reggae.
I did not have fun with that one.
Hey, bro, I love
not
reggae.
Not because of the music, because of something else.
All right, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I ended up being the babysitter. Let's put it that way. I was pissed, but yeah.
It wasn't that bad. All right. Anyways.
Bleep this out. You.
You did it for me.
So yeah, I mean, honestly, I enjoyed that concert, the reggae one.
Yeah.
But
I know it's just not your style of music and shit.
it's not, but I still had fun. Don't get me wrong, I still had
Yeah.
fun. Hella people were there, hella cool people, hella chill. You know what I mean?
I love reggae.
But I just hated the fact that I ended up becoming the babysitter. So
And that's always the case.
that's why I don't go anywhere with you.
That's every time we go out, bro. He's the babysitter.
Someone's got to be responsible.
I learned that the
And if
hard
a
way.
show ain't go be me.
I had to learn that one the hard way.
Yeah,
I think we all did.
Yeah.
We all did.
Don't go anywhere with Mr. J. You'll become the babysitter.
Hey, bro, I just like to party. No, just like.
Party a little too hard for your own good
Hey,
sometimes.
party, have all the fun in
Hey,
the world.
no,
But
we-
let me join in with you.
They get on my level, bitch.
Hey, listen. I will not forget the time we were in Vegas. We had partied hard the night before. He wakes up at like 8:30 in the morning. Goes, hey, Pete, can you go give me some of that Gatorade Electro, the Gator
Oh,
Lights?
yeah, the Gator
I'm
Lights,
like,
yeah.
"Bro, I'm still passed out. Like, what do you, why? And he was like, I got an interview in like 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, bro,
Bro,
I'm
I
not
was
getting out
so
of this bed.
Bro, I was so hungover in Vegas, and I literally had an interview in like 30
a phone
minutes.
interview.
Oh, it was a video interview,
yeah.
too. Oh, my God. And you know what's funny, though?
And he still got the job.
I got the job. I got the job.
Still got the job.
Dude, I remember I was sitting there trying to like make myself look presentable, and I said, and he's like, and as soon as I seen him, I was like, I know he's gonna be cool. Hella tatted up, and he's like, hey, yeah, so I know we wanted to see in person, but you're out of town. I'm like, yeah, I'm down to do an interview. He's like, where you at? I'm like, I'm in Vegas. He's like, you hungover? I'm like, yep. And he's like, all right, well, at least you were able to get on the phone call. I'm like, yeah. Like, fucking A, dude.
I
was
think
so
you
hungover.
got that job just because you still got on the phone call. That's the only reason why they gave
Hell
you the
yeah.
job. They were like, it's hella early in the morning, and this fool's awake, hungover. All right, we know he will show up on time for work.
Always.
So yeah, that was a fun trip. But let us know what you guys fun trips you guys have taken in the comments. You know, Vegas, anywhere, Reno, whatever it is. You know,
Here's
let us
some fun
know what
story
you guys
times.
have done. Tell us what you guys craziest things you guys have done on vacation. You know, so I know we've had our fair share of fun vacations. So.
Yeah, a lot of it we can't talk about on the podcast.
Yeah. So, but that is our episode today, guys. Like and subscribe at Shoot the Shit Pod 25, YouTube, Spotify, and Instagram and TikTok. You know, and thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Big Pete, and this is my co-host, Mr. Motherfucking J.